Frank. They really do like Frank. They know what he's trying to do. They know what he's trying to achieve at the football club. And he's going to be a better manager for managing this situation. The key is getting results now. And this goes a big way in Everton staying in the Premier League.
We didn't see too much emotion from him during the game. He kept it in. He's letting it out now, though, because he appreciates the backing of those supporters. As Michael says, even before a ball was kicked lining the streets today, they appreciate him. And boy, do they appreciate those huge 3 points at the bottom. So, we're 2 down on this 3-game Sunday. Everton beating Chelsea by a 1-0 with just their 7th goal in the last 12 league games. And Spurs are scoring and winning again as well. 3-1 they've beaten Leicester, so now it's over to Arsenal, who will watch next at West Ham in the top 4 race. And of course, the weekend is completed by Manchester United's last game at Old Trafford this season against Brentford. This is what it does, Evertonians. Still in the relegation zone, 15 points to play for, 2 behind Leeds and Burnley with a game in hand. Chelsea, of course, stay 3rd, but the big movers are Spurs. Into 4th, 61 points now with 4 to play, a point ahead of Arsenal, who, of course, play next at West Ham. And as you can see, if they avoid defeat, they will go back into the top 4. West Ham in 7th at the moment with 4 to play themselves. Well, they dug deep. They showed all different types of character, but ultimately that's the strike that has got him and all the Evertonians smiling today. Said it all. He knew what it meant today. He knew how huge 3 points would be. He's got them, and a big thank you to his goalkeeper as well. Let's hear from Jordan Pickford alongside the captain, Seamus Coleman.
Jordan, Seamus, congratulations. Seamus, that must feel like such a hugely significant win on so many levels.
Yeah, listen, like we talked about before the game, you know, the results yesterday pulled them away a little bit from us, and, you know, I'm sure not many give us a chance for today's game, but we believed, and, you know, I think players say it all the time, but the reception that we came into, we couldn't get too carried away with it before the game because we had to focus. But, you know, this football club means everything to them fans, and we had to replicate that today. But I'll go, like I said, against Man United. It's only 3 points, and we're still in a massive scrap.
Jordan, I suppose my first question to you is, how's your face doing?
Yeah, not too bad. I've had worse than that before, so no, yeah, that's what I'm there for. I need to make saves for the team, and it's a team effort at the end of the day, and it's all about getting 3 points for us as players, as a club, and the fans. You know what I mean?
It was a team performance, but that second 45, will that go down as perhaps your biggest second half of football in your club career? Is it up there?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, but that's what I'm there to do, help the team. Everyone helps each other. But it's about enjoying that today, but not get too carried away. We've got to refocus for next week, and we just keep fighting. The fans have played a massive part today, so it's about us going again.
As a defensive unit, you must be delighted, but what do you make of his contribution today?
Listen, to be honest, that save that he's come back off the line and parried out was world class, and we see that from Jordan on a daily basis in training, and there's a reason why he's England's #1 as well, and I think we've seen that today, because without Jordan we wouldn't have won the game, and all credit to him, but we'll be focused, we'll go again. We don't get carried away with this result whatsoever, but some of the saves were world class.
We'll come to those saves in a moment because they were hugely pivotal. But these two gentlemen rightly pointed out at half-time Everton's intensity and how it could potentially get Chelsea in trouble. And that's how the goal came about.
Yeah, the goal came about. Chelsea, we said Chelsea were a bit easy-osy on the ball at the back. And, you know, you see it here. Great pressure from Richarlison. Azpilicueta gets caught. Gray puts it into Richarlison's path. And that is a superb finish. But you just look at the intensity and the desire of Richarlison. Look where he is now. And I'm sure Thomas Tuchel is going to be furious, because you should not get caught on the ball there. No chance. You got to shift it quick. Didn't shift it quick. Richarlison trapped Azpilicueta. And, you know, that's a massive difference. This is such a big goal in this game. And there was always maybe going to be one goal in this game. And we said if Everton score first, then they've got something to hold on to. And Great goal for Everton to score.
You were pressing with a 5-on-5 there. Bravery.
It wasn't constant because they were finding it hard, they were getting pinned back, but when they had the chance they were doing it, and certainly Fresh start the second half from a throw-in, putting bodies forward, 3 against 3 with the centre-backs, Delphin, Doucouré pushing right in on the 2 midfielders. And it was just that little bit of comfort from Chelsea, you know, they had that time on the ball at certain moments in the first half, and maybe they were in that kind of frame of mind of let's get on the ball and let's dominate possession. And we spoke about it, that moment, that moment. There was a moment in the game whether it was going to be early in the second half, it was going to be late. In the end, there was a few moments, but that was the one that decides the game. And good finish, though. Good finish. You know, it's not easy. I know he's missed some chances over recent weeks, but that was a big one.
There was some incredible moments at the other end, as we've just heard from the Everton goalkeeper. How decisive, and one save in particular, how good, Kevin?
Yeah, I think. Listen, I look at Jordan Pickford and I think he's a very good goalkeeper. Obviously, he's England #1. That is a great save. But the save for me is the one from Rudiger at the back post. I've got to say, I mean, he gets across his goal, goes down, hits both posts. So that's the slice of luck, and then you get back up and you keep it out. Really great save. But the save from Rudiger, I've got to say, you know, where he makes himself big, takes it in the face to keep it out of the net. I thought that was superb. I think this is it. You know, he flings himself, he keeps it out. That's what the goalkeepers are there for. That's why they earn good money. And brilliant save, brilliant.
He puts his body on the line, doesn't he? He stares it down, makes himself big. It's easy to half turn your head a little bit there and maybe rely on your arms or your body. But he's made himself so big. And this one low down, it's not easy. So most of the times, Kovacic is going in the other corner and trying to bend it, and he's trying to give him the eyes. And low down's not easy to to get that so sharp. And it was his day today. You know, he put his body on the line, 3-4 saves, big saves when you need them. And it's paid dividends for Everton.
So Seamus Coleman says there's still a lot of work to do, not getting carried away. Let's have a look where it leaves Everton in terms of this run-in with Burnley and with Leeds. So Everton away at Leicester and Watford next, then those back-to-back home games with Brentford and Palace before finishing the season at Arsenal. Leeds have to go to Arsenal next, then face Chelsea, then Brighton and Brentford to finish. Twice they've got to play Aston Villa, home and away, Burnley. They've got to go to Spurs and Newcastle. Former striker Chris Wood, former manager Eddie Howe going to Turf Moor on the final day.
You know what, I look at Burnley and Leeds running, they're not easy at all. Definitely not easy. But I look at Everton's and it's in Everton's hands. It really is in Everton's hands. One of those away games, Everton have to win. They have to win.
Well, Watford have lost 11 at home in a row, Kevin. So if you're going to pick an away game to try and win...
Well, that's the one. That's the one, but we know Leicester's the next one up. Leicester aren't going great. Leicester are in semi-finals of Conference League, etc. So, you know, one eye's probably on that. Everton need to respond. Big win today. Go there. If they could get 3 points in their next game, that puts them in such a great position.
Changes instantly, doesn't it? Overnight sometimes, this.
We've sat here talking about it, looking at the fixtures and picking out who's in the momentum, who's got what, and it's literally game to game. Results are going to fluctuate. Teams are going to get surprise results like we've seen this weekend. It's going to carry on. It's going to carry on till the end. It's tight, you know. People not so long ago kind of thought the bottom three was the bottom three, and now it's wide open. And yeah, I don't think you can write any of them off. You know, it's a long way to go just yet.